Hi, I'm Amy Shannon from Amy's Band Book Buzz, and today I'm going to be talking about Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, I know. Anyways, this is a remarkable book. When I was doing a podcast, the after show with Mackenzie Stewart and Amy Shannon, we did a segment called Right to Real, and Right to Real was where it was a segment where we would read a book and then we would watch a related show or movie that was based off the book. So I've watched the show, which it's on Hulu. Shout out to Hulu. Hello. But I found that I liked the book better. A lot of times that happens. And it's a very unique tale. Margaret Atwood, she did a lot of work and research, and she shares that information and what her books were based off of. There is a companion book, sequel, whatever you want to call it, called The Testaments. I've read that one as well, and it's pretty interesting. You kind of get a feel for how this community, very unique community, was created. So this has been, it's been a controversial book because of what some of the characters are. There are characters that are meant to be sexual replacements for their spouses. So it's one scene, and I just, it just always stood out. It's like, wow, that's just strange. Where a husband and wife, they have this girl, they wear red, and different colors of what they wear depends on what their status is. And the ones that wear red, and these big, huge white hats, they are meant to get pregnant in order, because for whatever reason, the husband's wife cannot get pregnant. But at the time, and this is a little PG, PG-13 maybe, there's this scene where the husband is having sex with the girl, but his wife is there, and he's looking at her because she's got the girl between her legs, so he can have sex with her and make it seem like he is having sex with his wife. So it's kind of, it's really, I can see where that would be controversial, and you might not want a 12-year-old reading it, but it's very interesting. So I picked a scene in the book, and it was just because I found how she copes pretty interesting. It's been a while, so the back of the book reads, "And Margaret Atwood's dystopian future, environmental disasters, and declining birth rates led to a second American Civil War. The result is the rise of the Republic of Gilead, a totalitarian regime that enforces rigid social roles and enslaves the few remaining fertile women. Fred is one of those, a handmaid bound to produce children for one of the Gilead's commanders, deprived of her husband, her child, her freedom, and even her own name. But Fred clings to her memories and her will to survive. At once a scathing satire, an ominous warning, and a tour de force of narrated suspense." Yeah. They changed her. She's a handmaid. Her name of Fred. And that is who she belongs to. So other people are like, oh, of Dave, of Gary. So she not only has a part of herself that they've taken her name from her. Can you imagine someone just saying, "Oh, you no longer have a name"? Anyways, so I'm going to read a portion of chapter 17 in it because I just found this so interesting in how she tries to take care of herself and not lose a part of herself. This is what I do when I'm back in my room. I take off my clothes and put on my nightgown. I look for the pat of butter in the toe of my right shoe where I hid it after dinner. The cupboard was too warm and the butter is semi-liquid. Most of it has sunk into the paper napkin I wrapped it in. Now I'll have butter in my shoe. Not the first time, because whenever there is butter or even margarine, I save some in this way. I can get most of the butter out of the shoe lining with a washcloth or some toilet paper from the bathroom tomorrow. I rub the butter over my face, working it into the skin of my hands. There is no longer hand lotion or face cream, not for us. Such things are considered vanities. We are containers. It is only the insides of our bodies that are important. The outside can become hard and wrinkled for all they care, like a shell of a nut. This was the decree of the wives, the absence of hand lotion. They don't want us to look attractive. For them, things are bad enough as it is. The butter is a trick I learned from Rachel and Lee Center, the red center. We called it because there was so much red. My predecessor in this room, my friend with the freckles and the good laugh, must have done this too, this buttering. We all do it. As long as we do this, butter our skin to keep it soft, we believe that someday we will get out and that we will be touched again in love or desire. We have ceremonies of our own, private ones. The butter is greasy and it will go rancid and I will smell like old cheese. But at least it's organic, as they used to say. To such devices we have descended. Buttered, I lie on my single bed flat, like a piece of toast. I can't sleep. In the semi-dark, I stare up at the blind plaster eye in the middle of the ceiling, which stares down at me, even though I can't see it. There is no breeze. My white curtains are like gauze bandages, hanging limp, glimmering in the aura cast of the searchlight that illuminates this house at night. Or is there a moon? I fold back the sheet and carefully get up on silent bare feet in my nightgown and go to the window like a child. I want to see the moon on the breast of the new fallen snow. The sky is clear but hard to make out because of the searchlight. But yes, in the obscured sky, a moon does float. Newly, a wishing moon, a sliver of ancient rock, a goddess, a wink. The moon is stone, and the sky is full of deadly hardware. But oh God, how beautiful anyway. I want Luke here so badly. I want to be held and told my name. I want to be valued in ways that I am not. I want to be more than valued. I repeat my former name, remind myself of what I once was, how others saw me. I want to steal something. This book is a remarkable book, and I recommend that if you enjoy the show, read the book. And if you read the book, watch the show. There are, obviously there's different creative differences from the book to the show, but it's worth the read. And sometimes you're like reading it and you're like, what is this? But I think as she described herself as, people see for her for what's inside of her, which is basically the use of her womb, not what she is on the outside. And that is something that she craves. Who wouldn't? Someone who wouldn't want to be loved and not used. It's just another form of, it's like fertility, slavery. But it's worth a read. So, again, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. And this has been Amy Shannon from Amy's Band Book Buzz, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.